The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition is, as the name suggests, an enhanced edition of the same game. This is a true RPG game from an acclaimed studio, CD Projekt Red. Is this game worth your time? Stick with this review to find out.
The fate of Foltest's last child remains unknown. We could not reach an agreement. Unable to reconcile the interests of the esteemed...
Witcher 2 has you playing as Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher who is framed for the murder of King Foltest. You're on a mission to catch the true King's killer, Leto. It seems straightforward, but it's far from it. On your way, you'll meet so many characters, factions, kings, and see generally the complex geopolitical situation in this game. And you have a say in this complex world. Game has different branching story paths, almost completely different from one another. So it might be worth to play the game twice. All of the characters are voiced superbly, which is something you would expect from CDPR. The acting on all characters, main and supporting ones, is top-notch, no question about that. Gameplay consists of exploration, dialogue with other characters, and of course combat. Combat is extremely satisfying in this game. You have plenty of weapons, but you'll mostly use your two swords. One steel one for human opponents and a silver one for monsters. Swordplay is done nicely, although don't expect a level of complexity like in Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. This is an RPG after all. You have your fast attacks and strong attacks. You can also parry and block blows. There is also a roll button, which is very handy in combat. Also, keeping things interesting are the signs. Signs are basically your Witcher magical powers. At first you might be thinking that only Igni is useful, but when you pass the prologue, hopefully things will start to get more sense. All of the signs have their uses, especially in boss fights. Also, there's alchemy in this game. You can craft potions and enhancements. These act as temporary buffs and are extremely useful. The only minus thing I would have to say about potions is that you can't use them always. You have to meditate in order to be able to use them, but you can't meditate when you're in combat. The game sometimes does a good job of warning you that there'll be an encounter, but sometimes you just don't know. And walking into a tough battle without potions is a bit annoying. Thankfully, you can apply oils on your blades anytime you want. Oils are, well, oils that go on your sword, and these provide damage boosts and other enhancements. Also, there's a skill tree in this game. 3 of them to be precise. Basically, you have 3 options in which you pour your hard-earned XP. Alchemy, swordsmanship, and mage. Of course, you can invest points in all of them, but it's always recommended in an RPG game that you pick one build and go with it. Alchemy build focuses on alchemy. Oils provide more damage and buffs, longer duration of potions and oils, bombs do more damage, etc. Swordsmanship is, like the name suggests, buffing up your swords. And mage build is buffing up your signs. I went with the alchemy build. It's insane walking into a battle with your blade coated with damage enhancing oils, damage buffing potions, and generally a bonus on top of that through alchemy build. Some fights with this setup only last a few seconds due to you being an overpowered god. There's also crafting in this game, crafting oils, swords, armor, and plenty more items. Witcher 2 can be a tough game, especially in the beginning, because the game has a reverse difficulty curve, meaning the more you play and level up, the game becomes easier. But it can be brutal at the beginning, and the prologue is extremely difficult and long. This can be a breaking point for some impatient new players, as they might not even finish the prologue. But if you endure that, you're gonna treat yourself to one of the best RPG games ever made. The world is open-ish. Each act is completely a new zone, and you can't traverse between them. You can freely explore the zone, do side quests and plenty more activities, but each zone is small by today's standards. But there's plenty to do in these zones. Graphically speaking, Witcher 2 is a game from 2011, but it still looks impressive. And it can bring your PC to its knees if you set it on Ultra and turn on Uber sampling. I managed to run it on Ultra 60 FPS, but I could definitely hear my GPU fans working overtime. It looks stunning, even by today's standards. Everything is sharp, character models are crisp, and textures look awesome. There are a few game-breaking bugs, quests being stuck, animations won't load, falling through textures, and a few more glitches. Most of them are solved by reloading an earlier save or restarting the game, but the game has a few problems that I had to mention. This game is also available on the Xbox 360, but I haven't played this peasant version of the game. Witcher 2 is a superb game. It will draw you in with its story and characters and keep you playing with its interesting combat system. My first exposure with the Witcher franchise was with Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, like it was for many players. And if you enjoyed Witcher 3, you're probably wondering, should I play the earlier game, Witcher 2? And the answer is, fuck yeah, you should. Go out there and buy this game and get immersed into this brilliant yet complex world of Witcher 2, the Assassins of Kings. If I had to give a score to this game, I'd give it 9.4 out of 10.
We were traveling.
Which one?
I was with a change of